Brad Stevens has already re-signed 3 Boston Celtics to come back and help the team win another chip, and he's extended 2 key players so far. So who else is going to get a call from the mighty, brilliant, genius Brad Stevens that he is? We're going to break that down here on Celtics Today by Chat Sports. You got your girl, Allie Barefoot here. Let's go ahead and give you guys a quick recap as to what Brad Stevens has done so far for the Boston Celtics in NBA free agency. A slower free agency at that. He extended Jayson Tatum, made him the highest paid player in the NBA history ever. This bag is fat. Extended Derrick White as well for $125.9 million over the next 4 years. He re-signed Kornet to 1 year, re-signed Neemias Queta to 3 years, and re-signed Xavier Tillman to a vet minimum for 2 years. So it looks like Brad Stevens just wants to run it back. But this is not all of the free agents / extensions that the Celtics need to possibly make this summer. There's still Oshae Brissett and Svi Mykhailiuk. And you don't have to re-sign these guys, but I'm looking at what Brad Stevens has already done. He has not brought in a single outside player, just keeps re-signing or extending the players that have already won an NBA championship, which leaves what happens with Oshae Brissett and Svi Mykhailiuk. We're going to break that down in just 1 second, but I got to tell you guys, look, we are getting cooked right now in terms of videos that are liked in our NBA channel. Smitty's actually channel manager of Warriors Today, and he just did a quick flex on them. So he's a complete traitor, in case you guys didn't know. 3,500 likes for Warriors Today, 3,400 for Knicks, 2,200 for the Heat, and then 1,800 for the Celtics. Let me tell you, I do not like being here. I cannot give the cocky bastard Nick Roloff anything else to talk about, and I hate losing the Knicks. And just F Smitty. So go on ahead, hit that like button for me. We're in a month-long like battle with these 3 channels. Help us be number 1. All right, let's get back into the real stuff here. Adam Himmel's back talking about what the Boston Celtics may do with Oshae Brissett. And he did clarify that Xavier Tillman's 2-year deal is fully guaranteed. Also, sources say Oshae Brissett is still hoping to find a team that can offer more playing time, but the door is not fully closed on a Boston return. I don't blame Oshae Brissett for wanting to do this at all. The only glimmer of hope that I have for bringing back Brizzy is what he said in his Brizzy vlogs, which you guys, if you haven't checked them out yet, go check them out. It's behind the scenes. It's super cool. But he did also say, when we win next year, I'm petitioning to go around twice, talking about the duck boats. He wants to go around twice. But the key word here is we. When we win next year. Does that mean he wants to make some kind of contract work here with the Boston Celtics? But I don't think it's a money issue for Oshae Brissett. Like Adam Himmelsbach said, it's a playing time type of issue. And when you look at what Brizzy has done so far in the NBA, playing for several different teams here, he averaged about 3.7 points per game last year, 55 games played. But since 2020, which was his second year in the league, these are his lowest stats that he has. And he did play 55 games with only 21 games in 2020. So obviously, Oshae Brissett thinks that he is worth more playing time. I don't blame him. Delano Banton got traded away at the NBA trade deadline, and now he's averaging about 30 minutes per game with the Portland Trail Blazers. So I understand he just wants to see what else is out there, as he is averaging some of his career lows so far in the NBA. But I know Oshae Brissett was a big locker room guy, and he's an offensive menace when it comes to crashing the O-boards. That was one thing that I loved about him being in the Stay Ready group, is that it did not matter when he came in the game. That man was going to get that offensive rebound. He was going to take a mid-range. He was going to help facilitate. I think he is definitely the role player that Brad Stevens could bring back for one more year, and I would like to see him on a 1-year deal. That would be my minimum. Just, hey, look, I cannot guarantee you a lot of playing time with the Boston Celtics. I could possibly help you get more, though, as a role player with this World Champions team coming back next year. Hopefully a 1-year deal will be in the mirror for Oshae Brissett in the future. But here is my question for you guys. Should the Boston Celtics re-sign Oshae Brissett? Let me know what you guys think. Type Y for yes. Type in for no. I think if he's going to bring back any other player here that just played for the Boston Celtics, I would like it to be Oshae Brissett. Comment down below. Unfortunately, I don't see Svi coming back. I think that the draft was a huge step up for the Boston Celtics in terms of role players, and I think that Shireman can end up taking Svi Mykhailiuk's spot, because when you look at what Svi did this last year, yes, he played 41 games, but you also have to think the Celtics blew out a lot of teams. So that allowed Svi Mykhailiuk to come in towards the back half of the second half. 4 points per game, 1 board, 41% from the field, but I do love 39% from the three-point line. Do not get me wrong. However, when he does come in the game, that man is chucking them up. That man wants a 3 off the bench. But like I said, I could see Baylor Scheierman probably taking Svi's spot here on that 15-man roster. Why? Because Baylor Scheierman has the exact same skill set as Svi Mykhailiuk. A lot cheaper, a lot younger. And when you have somebody like Scheierman who excels at three-point shooting, and he's an absolute dog when it comes to defense, then I think that you just don't really need Svi Mykhailiuk any longer. Plus, with all the reports that have come out of the Boston Celtics extending this player, re-signing this player, I have seen nothing on the Boston Celtics and Svi Mykhailiuk trying to get any type of deal done. I've seen several about Oshae Brissett. I've seen several about Sam Hauser. I even saw some about Xavier Tillman before he got re-signed. But yet nothing on Svi Mykhailiuk, which does leave Svi as the only unrestricted free agent left for the Boston Celtics after Oshae Brissett declined his player option. So they could possibly re-sign Oshae Brissett, but in terms of just completely coming off the roster here, he is the last unrestricted free agent. Then you got 2 restricted free agents in Peterson and Davison, which I've actually seen a report that Brad Stevens is interested in bringing Davison back. But still nothing on Mykhailiuk. Smitty did not like that one. All right, well, moving on here. Do the Celtics have to re-sign either of these players? No. Because there is a decent chance that the Celtics keep their final roster spot open to lessen the luxury tax penalties to start the year. So Brad Stevens may not re-sign Oshae Brissett or Svi Mykhailiuk. He may not re-sign anybody else and just focus on Sam Hauser's extension, which could be coming as soon as next week. So if Brad Stevens doesn't make another roster move, don't panic. This is probably more so of a money talk type of situation to make sure, hey, look, they've got a hefty payroll to accommodate this season. Maybe they keep this last roster spot open. But if it's not Brizzy, if it's not Svi, do you think Brad Stevens brings in somebody from the outside? He has not made a single move so far in free agency that has not dealt with just bringing back the same Boston Celtics player. So let me know if you guys think he should bring a player back that wasn't on the Boston Celtics this last year in the comment section below. As always, hit that like button for me. Please do not let us lose the Warriors, Knicks, and Heat. And as always, hit that sub button.